Hey, everybody. I'm here with Scott Curry with Ponderosa Pines RV, and we just want to hear a little bit about you and your business. So I just want to start off with, how did you come up with this idea to start this RV park?
Well, I moved here about 5 years ago, and I wanted to get into real estate. So I bought some houses and rented them out, and then realized that I wanted to get into either mobile homes or RV parks after a few years. And I started Ponderosa Pines RV Park in Trenton almost 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago.
Okay. You said you moved here. Where are you from?
I'm from Pasadena, California, so Southern California. And we basically wanted a change during COVID. And I moved my family out here. We actually traveled in an RV, crisscrossing the U.S., trying to figure out where we wanted to move to.
So when you travel with your family, I'm just trying to get a visual here. So it's you, your spouse, and kids, pets?
3 kids and 2 cats and a dog.
Oh, wow.
All in a 27-foot travel trailer.
And how long of a journey was that? I mean, I imagine days and...
It was actually months.
Months.
Yeah, it was a few months.
Did you find there was a huge need for RV parks along your way?
So that kind of helped on like design ideas on what I wanted and didn't want. But my RV park is a long-term RV park.
Okay.
So we're looking for people that want to live in their RV. So it's kind of a bit different than the RV parks I was staying in, which were more nightly or for a weekend. Right.
So educate us all. Long-term RV park. I'm assuming you probably have a septic hookup, utilities, and other facilities that people can use. So just tell us all about it.
Yeah. Well, the first RV park I built is on Sand Mountain in Trenton, only about 30 minutes from downtown Chattanooga. And that one's on about 2.25 acres. And due to septic, we're only able to put about 8 spots on that.
Okay.
And we actually converted one of the spots into a washer and dryer room and storage. So that's an option that someone can get to choose like a couple days out of the week where they get to use the washer and dryer for a flat fee. But then each spot comes with sewer, water, Wi-Fi, and they also have electrical, but it's basically metered to them through Georgia Power, so they set the meter up in their name and just pay directly, which usually ends up being maybe $50 to $100 a month.
Okay. And when I hear Sand Mountain, just tell everybody like how close that is to Chattanooga, because a lot of people don't realize that it is very close, and to have the privacy and the beauty of being somewhere like Sand Mountain, but also the convenience of being close to Chattanooga.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's country living, and so it's very quiet and peaceful, surrounded by a lot of nature. You'll see deer quite a bit and other animals. You're very close to, like you mentioned, Chattanooga is 30 minutes, and then downtown Trenton has quite a lot of amenities. There's a Tractor Supply and a Food City and lots of other stores to choose from. But you're also close to a lot of hiking that's pretty world-class, like Cloudland Canyon's only maybe 15, 20 minutes away, along with lots of other trails and parks that are in the area.
I was reading somewhere the other day, Cloudland Canyon was classified as the Grand Canyon of the South.
Okay.
And I've had a few clients from Trenton, and I've always really enjoyed driving by there and seeing people hang glide off the mountains there into the valley. So definitely beautiful. But I like that you have the convenience of everything there in Trenton, but also being very close to the city of Chattanooga if you want it more or anything different. What type of clientele do you have? You said long-term, but I guess we call them renters, or...
Yeah, I'll call them clients. I don't really like the name tenant, but yeah, so they're we call clients, but they're long term. We'll have like I had a postman for one of my first clients. So he was looking to buy a property, so it's kind of an interim place for him to stay as long as he'd like. And then I'll have fixed income retired individuals, and then there's still like younger individuals and single individuals that will want to stay there while they work and maybe build up savings to buy a house.
And I don't want the listeners to miss it, but people bring their own RV right now. And so you have you bring your own home, and then you have all the conveniences there as well. So we talked about a laundry facility. Is there like green spaces or anything else for them to enjoy?
Yes. So on that 2.2 acres, there's only really 7 spots for them to park their RV. So you've got like another acre for them to, enjoy. It's a big grassy area where they can have their pets. And the phase 2 of Ponderosa Pines RV Park is on 12 acres. Oh. So that's going to have even more space for open area for them to enjoy with their pets as well. That's
neat. So we're talking about pets. Is there any like guidelines or rules or criteria that your clients need to follow?
Yeah, so I just ask that they be leashed. And then I will be providing like a fenced-in dog park area because there's so much acreage that it'd be very easy to put one of those in. So in that area, they won't have to be leashed.
Gotcha.
But the only other criteria is they can't be like an aggressive dog. But yeah, just on a leash is the main requirement.
So talking a little bit about phase 2, when have you already broke ground on that? What's the plan for that to be opened up?
Yeah, so
phase 2 is actually now complete and up and running.
We already have the roads, the electric and water in. So it's just doing some last minute details, which will be opening very soon. And right there at that location, we'll have 12 spots available.
I was going to ask how many spots. Are you at full capacity in phase 1 right now?
Pretty much. We just have 1 spot available at phase 1.
Okay.
And then you mentioned majority of these spots are for people with their own RVs. We are actually developing a tiny house right now just as a prototype to see what kind of interest we get with the tiny houses.
When you say tiny house, is it like one of those container homes, or is it like one of those shed homes? Or I guess I'm trying to gauge like how much square footage something like that has.
Yes. So this one is about 8 foot wide by about 30 feet long.
Okay.
So it's pretty small. So it'd be for a couple or an individual, but it's got its own shower and bathroom and a living room, kitchen combo with a separate bedroom.
Efficient, everything that you need there. Yeah. So that's going to be in phase 2, right?
I can move that wherever they want it.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
If somebody wants lot number 12, I can just move it there and plug it in.
I looked you up a little bit before we came. I saw your website. I didn't look at it very thorough, but do you have a map to your complex, or how do people usually reach you to start the process or move in?
Yeah, so they could call me directly on my cell phone, which is 626-429-3004, or they can reach me through the website, which is ponderosapines.org.
Okay. And RV owners, what's a big need that they have? Like, I don't own an RV. I wish I did. We tent camp with 4 kids in a 10-person tent, which really means it's for 5.5 people. So, but I'll go to these campgrounds and I'll notice like people that own RVs that will need certain jacks and stuff like that. Where's the nearest place for people like that to get those supplies that they need for their RVs?
There's a lot of places around Chattanooga that they can get, or each of these RV spots have a very large, oversized mailbox, so they
okay.
could just have Amazon deliver
That's
whatever
nice.
they need. And then I've also encouraged clients to put the number of their RV spot on their RV, and most likely, or most of the time, FedEx or UPS will actually deliver right to their door.
Oh, that's really nice.
If it doesn't fit in the oversized mailbox.
Do you allow, well, my husband and I, we went out west and toured some national parks and stayed in an RV park, and it had like a permanent deck. Do you allow any modifications to the property if the owner's going to stay there or the client's going to stay there a while?
So if you were talking to a traditional RV park, they would say absolutely no.
Right.
But I'm quite different. Like, I encourage people to stay as long as they want.
Okay.
So a lot of RV parks, like, due to different regulations from the county or city, they actually force people to move their RV every 30 days.
Interesting.
But where we were located, I don't have any of those requirements, and I actually encourage people to stay as long as they like. So as long as it's not an eyesore, then I definitely encourage them to add on as far as a deck or whatever else they'd like.
While we're talking, I'm just imagining just like a small knit community. Could you kind of describe like I guess the proper word is the vibe for your campground?
Yeah, like just the other day, one of my clients had a leaky sink, and his neighbor came over and helped him because he's disabled. So I've had instances where one of the younger ladies that lives at the park wanted to move her RV, but she didn't have the truck or the vehicle to move it. So there was another client that helped move it for her.
I love that.
So there's definitely, a lot of helpful people that live there that want to help out their neighbors.
Absolutely. Well, what are some long-term goals for the park?
Well, this 12-acre property, I've already put 12 spots on it, but I could easily double that if I wanted to. So I'm just kind of going to see how quickly it takes to fill up the 12. And by filling up the 12 could be putting my own tiny houses on. I don't know yet, but that would require quite an investment on my part, and continual maintenance too, as opposed to if it's their own RV, it's their responsibility to maintain it. And that's another thing is we do have requirements where there are the people that want to live at my park have to have an RV that's not falling apart. So that's just one of the requirements too, is it needs to look aesthetically pleasing, so it's not a rundown RV park.
Have you had anybody that's been there since the beginning, like an original client that's been with you since the beginning?
I wish I could say yes, but I would say the average stay is like 8 or 9 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is quite a long time.
Yeah.
And I encourage everyone to stay as long as they can, but for different reasons. Like the postman I mentioned earlier, he found his house, and so that's why he left. I'm
going to ask this question. I don't know if you want it edited in or out, but do you have people sign a month-to-month contract, a yearly contract, or it's all client-specific? So
I let them know, because they're putting electricity in their name, that it just makes sense to stay for at least 6 months or more, just because you have to put a small deposit down with Georgia Power, and it just takes time, a little bit of time to do that. So I recommend staying for at least 6 months, and it's basically a 2-page common sense rules and guidelines that I have them agree to and sign. That is a month to month, just in case there's any issues with not following the rules on either side, you know, so that way they can leave if they are not happy. So I don't want anybody there that's unhappy, and so it's just a month to month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else that you want to share or highlight about your park?
Just that we're not your usual RV park. Me as the owner, I come visit maybe every other day just to check up on things. So I'm not like an absentee owner that's just collecting rent and letting the park go downhill. I'm very conscientious of like the cleanliness and how it's upkept. And I'm always open for suggestions. That's kind of why I did the washer and dryer room, because there was a need for that and people were asking for it. Same with the dog park. There was a need for people not always having to walk their dogs on leashes. So it's just a quaint like country environment where they can text me and ask me any questions, or if they have any issues, and they get addressed right away.
There's one more thing that I want to make sure that we highlight, because you said it, but I want people to know how valuable this is. You're talking about having like all the amenities and Wi-Fi. So it sounds like you're able to be in a remote area, but also have adequate, sufficient, good Wi-Fi for people that may need that to work from home or whatever.
Yes, we do have clients that do work from home, and we have a industrial-sized Wi-Fi extender or whatever. I'm not sure the term for it, but it basically sends a strong signal, and the signal comes from fiber.
Okay.
So it's quite fast for people to work from home.
Yeah.
And then each RV spot has a 30 or a 50 amp to plug into.
Okay.
So there's plenty of power for their needs as well. And then the phase 2 also has longer and larger RV spots.
Okay.
Because phase 1, the spots could kind of max out at maybe 30 feet.
Okay.
And there are some fifth wheel trailers that need 40 or more feet. Or maybe you have a smaller trailer, you just want more space between you and your neighbor.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is also unique about this setup is because it's on 12 acres, it backs to a forest.
Okay.
So you get nice shade from the forest behind you. And I'll create some like walking paths as well.
Oh, that's really nice.
So that kind of helps in the summer when it gets really hot, that you don't have the sun beating right on your RV.
As you're talking about this and being on Sand Mountain and the trails that you're going to be making, is the topography pretty flat, or is it rolling, or? Yeah,
so it's very flat. That's like my first requirement when I was searching for land to build this on, was for it to be flat, because it just increases the cost substantially.
Yeah.
If you're going to have to like carve out and put in retaining walls or things like that. So yes, it's all very flat, slightly rolling in places, but great for running around with a dog or whatever. It's not steep.
Well, and I just think slightly flat, I may imagine that getting your RVs in and out is a lot easier when you're not having to work against the terrain and everything. Tell us how you came up with a name for the park.
So the phase 1 is on Ponderosa Drive. So driving through Trenton, and there's beautiful pine trees. I mean, Georgia's known for Georgia pines. So I thought, well, why don't we just call it Ponderosa Pines? I
love that.
Yeah, and it just fits the name. Although the new phase 2 is not on Ponderosa, it's on Porter Road. Okay. But I just call it phase 2 at this point, but it might have a different name. Okay. I'm not sure yet.
Interesting. So anybody has suggestions, I guess they can submit them.
There you go.
Okay, so you're traveling here from California, and you got your whole family with you and some pets. Tell us a crazy story about something in that journey.
Goodness. Okay, my kids love Napoleon Dynamite.
Don't blame them.
Yeah. So there's a dance sequence, if you've seen the movie, and the kids were filming that inside to send to their friends.
Inside the RV?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. With all this space.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Not too much space, but so while they're jumping around inside dancing, the RV was sitting on like a cinder block. And so the cinder block basically exploded and the trailer shifted way down.
Oh, no.
That was fun.
Did that cause any damage
No, it
or
didn't cause any
anything?
damage.
Okay.
It was just funny, that seeing the kids jumping around to this Napoleon Dynamite dance
wow.
scene, and then having the trailer just like come off of the support that it was sitting on.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there was another story which
Yeah.
might be more interesting.
Okay.
In Utah, we had a gentleman, a single guy, staying next to us at a random RV park. I think it was Provo, or I'm not sure where exactly it was, but he was juggling like 2 batons,
Okay.
and we thought, okay, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But then he just proceeded to light the ends on fire. So
Okay.
they were lit batons, and so he was doing the whole juggling batons on fire right next to us.
Oh, I have been out in Utah and been on the BLM land,
Yeah.
Bureau of Labor Management, and had some interesting RV encounters. I didn't know that clothes were optional in some places. And as we were driving by, we were just waving at neighbors that were very friendly. So,
Right.
and I hope they had sunscreen. Going back to your business here, you're a business owner. What's a piece of advice you have for other business owners, or a neat story of? I feel like when we interact with our clients, we're always learning something about ourselves or about our clients and how we can serve others better. So, can you just share a little bit about an opportunity that you were given as being a business owner to serve your clients well?
Well, my other job was, and I still do it, is insurance. And so I was at a desk for like 30 years of my career. So doing real estate has been wonderful to get outside, and then developing an RV park has been really fun to like see something created out of nothing. When before it's doing insurance, it's just emails and calls and writing policies. And so it's been fun and challenging that way to do something totally outside of your comfort zone. That was really fun. But I didn't really know exactly what clients I would have. So my first client was a woman with 5 children.
Oh, wow.
Living in an RV. And so that was interesting, and we grew close, and we actually helped her out. My wife and I took her kids out and did activities with them so she could have a break. She was a single mom. So that was really enjoyable, spending time with the kids and giving her a break.
Yeah.
And then there's other people in my park that are on fixed incomes that just can't fix things, that are like, very common things that we take for granted, like a water heater or something. So it's really rewarding to help out people that don't have the financial means to fix like very basic things.
Right.
And so I try to help people out as much as I can to assist them with fixing things or supplying them with tools that they might need.
And a lot of people don't realize, being a business owner, you do it all. You do the in front of the scenes and behind the scenes and everything as well. And I've heard working for yourself is the hardest thing you can do, but the best thing you can do. Like, you'll never work harder or longer or more, but it's so worth it.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, so, but
And at some point, I think I'll grow it to where maybe one of the tenants a client that's staying at one of my parks can kind of assist me.
Kind of be like I apologize. I think I called it a campground once, and it's not the right
Like a
term,
host?
but like a host
Right.
though at a and then
Because you're right. Right now, I'm doing everything.
right.
I mean, except for the major things that I don't feel comfortable tackling. But it's challenging, but it's rewarding because you're learning new things and you're checking out YouTube and figuring out things yourself. And it's rewarding to fix things yourself.
Yeah.
So, but over time, it'll grow to the point where I can have a host,
Yeah.
which will take less stress off of me.
Some delegation there.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thanks for being here. Tell everybody one more time how they can find you. Are you on social media? You have a website. You told us your phone number. Can you share all that again?
Yeah, so my number is 626-429-3004. That's my direct cell. And then the website is ponderosapines.org.
Okay.
And I'm also on Facebook under Ponderosa Pines RV Park.
Okay.
I'm going to get some help on all the other media sources, like Instagram or Snapchat and all that kind of stuff.
Well, thanks for being on here today. And we hope you have a lot of success with your phase 2. I want to come stay now. RV.
Yeah. It's amazing how inexpensive they are.